120,000 New Zealanders are alcoholics, drinking themselves to oblivion every day. But what if there was a magic bullet, something that helped you give up easily? Well, a Dunedin woman, a self-confessed alcoholic, has had enough. She's off to Perth to get a revolutionary implant that's got a good chance to help her beat the booze. As you'll see, it was not an easy journey. Sarah Hall reports.
For tens of thousands of New Zealanders, it's their dirty little secret. Every night, drinking behind closed doors until they're quite literally legless. By day, Teresa Crosby looks like any other middle-aged woman going about her business in Port Chalmers in Dunedin. Except it's only 2 o'clock. She's already drunk a bottle of wine and she's off to the supermarket to get more.
So every day when you wake up, you start craving for a drink?
Yeah, I do. Yeah. And I can normally last till about 12 o'clock and then it's all over.
How much would you be drinking a day now?
At the moment, a bottle a day, but it can get up to 2 bottles a day, depending on how I'm feeling.
So how has it affected your life?
Oh, hugely. I'm ruled by it.
A few years back, Teresa was a heavy drinker, but a social drinker, consuming around 4 bottles of wine a week. She owned a cafe, was raising her 2 daughters. Her life, by any standard, was normal.
I was very positive, outgoing, had a lot of faith in myself.
But when her marriage collapsed 5 years ago, Teresa started drinking every day. Now, she can't stop.
I've tried many a time to stop. I last about 3 months and then I pick up again.
What have you tried?
I've been going to AA quite a bit and drug and alcohol counselling.
And none of it has seemed to work for you?
No, I just resort back to it, something chronic.
Why do you think it doesn't work?
I don't know. I often think that I don't try hard enough and that I'm not committed enough.
When dealing with an alcoholic, there may be a natural annoyance that a man could be so weak, stupid and irresponsible.
Ironically, Teresa listens to AA tapes every day while drinking. She hides her wine in a coffee mug in case someone unexpectedly comes to visit.
No wonder an alcoholic is strangely irrational. Who wouldn't be?
Are you honest with yourself about how much you drink?
No. I say 1 bottle, but it's probably more like 2 bottles. It's always double.
And are you honest about that in terms of your relationships?
No, not at all. I'm always minimising it.
So the people who love you and are close to you aren't really aware of how much you drink?
No, not at all.
It's been a slow decline from successful chef to a depressed alcoholic. Teresa's mother, Pat Crosby.
As a mother, what's it been like watching your daughter go through something like this?
It's soul-destroying, really. It's very sad. You want to do everything to help and you don't know what to do to help.
So what was Teresa like before the drinking took hold?
Bright, happy, bright personality and very popular.
By 5 in the afternoon, Teresa's friend Kathy is turning up with some dinner. But Teresa is too drunk to care. She's on to her 3rd bottle of wine.
You seem quite drunk.
Yeah, I am.
It's quite hard to talk to Teresa when she's drunk. Do you feel bad because you're drinking?
Yeah, I do. It's just hideous. It's just...
Pretend you're sharing in a meeting.
I'm just sick of feeling so horrible.
Kathy Ellis, who used to be an alcoholic herself, says it's been devastating to watch Teresa's decline.
How hard has this battle been for her?
Oh, it must be so break her spirit because she keeps slipping.
How is she different when she drinks?
Well, I describe it, Teresa, as she sort of like becomes wooden, like a puppet. And it's like someone's pulling her strings because it's like Teresa's not there. But when she isn't drinking, she's quite a wholesome person.
What do you hope for Teresa?
Oh, recovery. No more alcohol.
Yeah.
Ever. And stay on it and stay that way.
An hour later, and Teresa has polished off her 3rd bottle of wine. The more she drinks, the more depressed she becomes.
This is how most of your nights end up.
Yeah.
You don't want to be like this anymore.
No. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired.
So Teresa has agreed to come to Perth with 60 Minutes to try a revolutionary treatment that could help her kick the habit.
G'day.
Hi. Oops. George. Hi, how
George.
are you?
I'm good,
Lovely,
thank
lovely
you.
to meet you. You've come a long way.
Yes, I have.
Come in.
In Perth, Dr. George O'Neill. He's invented an implant that takes away the desire to drink. He's the man on whom Teresa is pinning all her hopes.
You've obviously been wanting to give up drinking for a long period of time.
Yeah, I have. The last 5 years I've really struggled with it. And I last about 3 months and then I get back onto the booze.
People come from all over the world to the Perth clinic where Dr. O'Neill's implants work on both alcoholics and heroin addicts. He uses naltrexone, which blocks receptors in the brain, taking away the desire to drink or take drugs. Naltrexone is available in New Zealand, but only in oral form. The problem is that alcoholics forget to take their pills, or they stop taking them altogether. It's the morning of the operation. Teresa is anxious, but optimistic.
I'm just sick of alcohol. I've just had enough of it. So I'm really looking forward to the change, and this is going to be it.
Oh well, hopefully it's going to work for you, Teresa. That
Yeah.
This is the end of your drinking days.
Yeah, no, it's good. Yeah, long may it last.
Yeah.
And by your 40?
It's a simple operation. Teresa will only need a small local anaesthetic.
I'm just so grateful to have this opportunity to do this.
Well, I'm grateful to be allowed to.
George O'Neill is seen as a hero by many of his patients, a maverick by others because he's been doing the implants without full medical approval. But Dr. O'Neill says the implants work and everyone deserves the chance to get better.
The main problem with addiction is lack of optimism. If you think your daughters hate you and you think the community doesn't want you and you're being pessimistic and you're feeling down, you'll drink more.
The implant will last for up to 10 months.
This is going under the skin now, into the area where the local anaesthetic is. You'll probably feel me pushing.
The pills sit just under the skin and they will slowly dissolve into the bloodstream.
And so these tablets
Within a few hours, Teresa should feel no cravings for alcohol.
But to do an interesting trick, which is to put a stitch in and then glue it, and then remove the stitch.
Clinical trials of the implants, which have an 80% success rate, start this month. From now, only Western Australians will be allowed the implants, but they could one day be available worldwide. The operation has gone smoothly. Now Teresa must wait and see whether it's worked.
You can promise Bing. You've been promising me things. Promise Bing that you're going to be good for the next year.
We're good for longer than a year. Good on you.
When we first met Teresa, she was consuming up to 3 bottles of wine a day, drinking herself into oblivion. Well, look at her now. Since the implant, she hasn't had a drink. She's got a new lease on life, is starting to look after herself, and even enjoys shopping again.
Love the shoes.
Teresa says the depressed alcoholic who spent her days hiding behind closed doors has gone.
I didn't look like this a week ago.
In its place is a woman who can see a bright future that doesn't involve alcohol.
Oh, I like that one too.
Wow, you look like a different woman.
I feel like a different woman.
When I meet her in a local mall, the change is dramatic.
I feel great. It's really good being sober, and it's really lovely not having the cravings for alcohol.
So you've had no cravings at all?
No, none whatsoever.
So the whole process has really turned your life around?
Oh, definitely. I was just on a downward spiral going nowhere, and this has just turned my life around. It's great. I feel wonderful. I feel really good, and it's so good being sober and not wanting to have a drink.
It's now almost 2 weeks since Teresa's implant and she remains sober. She says she hasn't had any cravings for alcohol and reckons she's never felt better. 60 Minutes intends to visit Teresa later in the year to check on her progress.